What's up, guys? Welcome back to another day in the life of a postal lady. So, we have a vote. I am super excited. And I know a lot of people are not excited about this, but we have a vote, guys. We have a vote, and a very good vote. Congratulations, guys. Y'all really did that thing. You put your foot down. Okay? You put your foot down. So let's get into the numbers. And let's see what the numbers say. All right. To accept the vote, we had a vote of 26,304 votes. To reject, come on, y'all. Let us get some drums up in here. If I had some, we would have some. Okay. 63,680 to reject. That is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. You got to stand on what you believe, and that's us standing on what we believe. Forget the fact that you feel like, oh, well, we just got a new administration in there and they're not going to do it the way that... Whatever. Guys, do you not believe in fighting for what's right? Do you not believe in fighting for what is right? Fighting for the working class? You're the one working. You're the one working. And you got to believe that the fight is worth it. You got to believe it. Because they don't believe it. They believe that it's okay to give you nothing and let you continue on. They believe that that is okay, and that's why they've been doing it. That's why we even have to go through this process anyway, because they believe that it's okay for you to get pennies on the dollar while they make all this money just sitting behind a desk. Y'all not hearing me. You got to know that you're worth more. Okay? Because if you don't believe that you're worth it, they're not going to believe it. Okay? They're not even going to pay attention to you. They don't care what you're saying. They're going to keep giving you that same old spiel on how they're going to do better and how they're going to do this. And you're going to continue to keep seeing stuff mess up and get out of control, because let us talk about it. The real reason why our carriers are frustrated is because there is no reparations for the hard work that they do. Everybody else gets what they need and more. Your clerks are making more than the letter carriers, and the letter carriers are getting the work done. Your supervisors are making more than the letter carriers, and they're sitting behind a desk while you're getting hurt out there on the streets, running from gunshots and bullets, trying to deliver the mail and keep yourself safe. Y'all, I got some stories. And that's why I'm telling y'all, you can't be willing to just accept anything. You got to know what you're fighting for. You got to know the reason why. And you got to stand on it. And no, you might not always get everything that you want. But guess what? When you come to the table, it's time to negotiate. You need to see my side, and I need to be able to look at your side too. Because that's what negotiating is all about. It's not just one-sided. What we just seen, that was one-sided. That was one-sided. They threw something out there to see if you was going to bait and take it. They always do that in negotiations, guys. Always. You got to keep asking for more. You got to keep looking for it. If you don't feel like you ain't worth it, then go ahead and just lay down and let them walk all over you. But if you know that you got more in you, then you're going to continue to keep pursuing. Okay? You have to remember that you have a voice. You have a voice. Let that sink in, guys. You got a voice, which means that if things don't go the way that they're supposed to, they know that you still have a voice. Okay? We've had this very similar thing happen in the past to where they've negotiated on their terms and done it the way that they've wanted to do it, forgetting all about us. The people out here not making near as much as them up there at the top. You see what I'm saying? And the people got mad. And the people said, we're not going to just take anything. You see, we're not going to just take anything. We see what y'all doing. We see how y'all playing us over here. We see how you sitting at the top with your money. They sitting at the top with their money. And we down here scrambling for the change. But no more. And what did the people do? They got frustrated and they took matters into their own hands. And what did that do? That brought change. You got to let them know that I got a voice. And I see what you're doing here. And I'm sorry. I'm not going to be the fool any longer. Workplace violence is going on because people are tired. The real truth of the matter is that people are tired. They're not making enough money. They got to work. They got to work like freaking slaves in overtime just to bring home enough to feed their family. That's what the truth is. Okay? So when we look at it, we don't need to just say to ourselves, oh, well, this is enough. No. Because if you weren't working all that overtime and all that overtime was gone, which Amazon is doing their thing. Let's be real. They doing their thing. They playing us too over here on this side. We know that. But if we didn't have all that overtime, what would your paycheck look like? What would it look like? Because I'm going to tell you right now, it don't look good. It ain't enough to tell yourself that it's okay for me to be running from bullets trying to deliver the mail safely. It's okay for me to see multiple carriers being shot and gunned down while delivering the mail, getting the mail delivered to the American people. But it's okay for me to just be making nothing while you get top pay. It's okay for letter carriers to be struggling and sleeping in their cars, homeless, out on the streets. It's okay for that to happen. That's not okay, guys. That's not okay by any means. That's not okay for my fellow carrier beside me to be looking. We dress the same way, but we can't live the same life. Why? Because we ain't making enough money. Yet they piling more duties on top of us. Every time you turn around, they got a new handbook and they handing out new stuff on, well, you need to make sure you're doing this. You need to make sure you're doing that. You need to make sure you... What? How much do you want me to do for this? Modern day slavery is really what you're about to get yourself into if you just accept anything. So, I'm happy. And, for the people out there that's scared, I'm going to tell you, you don't need to be scared, okay? It can go one way or it can go the other. There's no reason to be scared. You know what one outcome could be. It could be a different outcome. Okay. That's why we pay all these people this money to get on board for us. And you got to have enough faith that your money going to do the job. Right? Because money talks. Especially for them. And if it talks for them, then it sure enough need to talk for us too. Okay? We got to get on board. We got to stop being scared, thinking that, oh, well, if I do this, I don't know what's going to happen. And the worst could happen. The worst could happen. The best could happen. It's when you don't try and you just lay down is when you don't never find out. You don't ever find out whether it's something good going to happen or something bad. The glass is half full for me. I'm looking at my future generations and I'm telling myself that if things stay the way that they are, I wouldn't dare want anybody else to come up in this place. Because it's not safe. It's not healthy. Letter carriers are doing things that they shouldn't be doing because they're not making enough money. They going home stressed, tired, fatigued. Then they going home taking that frustration out on their family. Then they going through something at home. Then they come back, they bring that stuff to work, and then what happens? A serious event happens. And it's because carriers are going through it. And it takes us to speak about it. It takes us to stand up against it. We see it. We're not going to lay down. We're not going to just embrace it. We're going to stand up and we're going to fight. And these 63,000 votes plus, y'all heard me, plus, lets me know that 63,000 people see the vision. 63,000 plus people see that if we just believe and if we just have faith and if we just don't give up and we tell ourselves that we are worth more, then something can happen. So and I would say, you know, out of all the letter carriers that we have, only maybe 90-something thousand letter carriers decided to jump on board and do something. That don't seem like a lot. That's usually how it goes, guys. That's the sad part, is that a lot of people are not willing to step up. You're going to hear a lot of chitter chatter everywhere. You're going to hear a lot of people saying, oh, I wouldn't do this. Oh, I wouldn't do that. But they not ready to step into the ring. Right? But them 63,000, them 90-something thousand people stepped into the ring, regardless whether they said that they wanted to accept that thing or they wanted to reject it. They stepped up and did what needed to be done. And they voted for a cause that they believed in. A cause that they knew that they were able to fight. Right? Something that depends on the future of letter carriers. We're going to be able to look back at this moment and say, yes, we did that. We were able to make a change. And like I said, if things don't go the way that they're supposed to go, get ready. That's all I can say, is that just get ready. You know what you need to do next. But let's get back into it. We have been told that we are going to Renfro will reopen negotiations on Monday with the United States Postal Service, and it should last for approximately 15 days. Okay. And the Executive Council will reconvene if there is anything to review, or this thing will go straight to arbitration. And like I said, hey, we got to do what we got to do. Have faith and know that if you believe in something so much so, that it can happen. All right. Thank y'all so much, and I will talk to y'all later. Peace out.